Number 10. Cerbalus Aravaensis. In the Arava Valley of Israel and Jordan, you'll find a spider that is 5.5 inches in length. It's something you'll want to watch out for at all times. A truly terrifying creature called the Cerbalus Aravaensis. It's known as the biggest huntsman-type spider in the Middle East. There are a few reasons you should be on the lookout for this spider, one of which is that they have a habit of putting their nests in the sand, and thus you could be stepping on them without knowing. So if you were unlucky enough to step on the wrong spot, you could cause a swarm of them on you, and that would not be a good day for you. Scientists claim that they aren't a venomous spider and thus can't harm humans long term. But it should also be noted that no one has definitively proven that theory by testing the spiders themselves. So it might just be wise to simply stay away from areas this spider is known to inhabit to save yourself some trouble. Number 9. Brazilian wandering spider. In Central or South America, there is a spider known as the Brazilian wandering spider. And not only is it deadly, it's one of the biggest spiders in the entire world. That makes it something you do not want to come across. These spiders don't act like regular spiders, as they tend to hide out during the day and go wander around the forests they reside in at night. That's a problem, because it means you won't be able to see them most of the time under the cover of darkness. That in turn makes them more deadly, as they can sneak up on you and bite you before you know to react. However, you shouldn't fear them actively seeking you out, because most agree that they usually only bite when it's a matter of self-defense, not unlike many other spiders out there. It should be noted, however, that they are a venomous type of spider, and its venom is powerful. It can cause extreme pain, salivation, irregular heart rate, paralysis, and more. If left untreated, it can definitely lead to death. The reason for this is the potency of the venom, which is said to rival that of very venomous snakes. The effects are often immediate and grow in intensity over time, including affecting your blood pressure within 30 minutes if the amount of venom is high enough. The Brazilian wandering spider was even considered in the Guinness Book of World Records to be the most venomous spider in the world multiple years running. Number 8. Camel Spider. The camel spider is a 6-inch spider, and its name comes from how they are very much camel-colored, as in their color palette is one that is very similar to camels. What might surprise you, though, is that this spider has something more in common with a scorpion, in that it has 2 massive fangs that it'll use to bite into anything, including humans. Which, by the way, is something it can do, and it can get to you rather quickly, as it's known for its speed. The only problem with this is that legends do exaggerate what they can and can't do in terms of that speed, but it has been proven that they can go about 10 miles per hour on land. That's more than enough to catch up with a walking person and potentially bite them without them seeing what's coming. The bite, though, won't do lasting damage, as it's a non-venomous spider. That doesn't stop it from being a spider that scares many people with its shape, size, and speed. Have you ever been bitten by a spider? What happened? You didn't gain any superpowers, did you? Tell me about your story in the comments section below. Then remember to subscribe to The Biggest if you haven't already for more intense videos just like this one. Number 7. Hercules Baboon Spider. The Hercules baboon spider is one of the largest spiders you'll find in Africa at 8 inches in length. The catch is that they haven't been seen in the wild since 1900, and thus raises questions about whether they're around in large numbers, though one is in a museum in the UK. Hysterocrates Hercules has a name which is bigger than the actual spider, says Richard Gallen from the British Arachnological Society. Although the only known specimen has the largest carapace of any African spider, there are other species of tarantula in Africa which are heavier and with larger leg spans. But there are unlikely to be more found anytime soon. This individual was collected from central Nigeria, an area which is now politically unstable, so not a place for researchers to risk their lives visiting, says Gallen. Grassland tarantulas are also difficult to find, often needing several hours of searching by an experienced team to locate specimens. That's not to say they aren't still out there, but they are easily one of the rarer spiders out there, and thus you'll be in for a shock if you happen to stumble upon one in Africa. Number 6. Face-sized tarantula. Yes, that is a curious name for a spider, isn't it? But the face-sized tarantula is something that happens to have been discovered to be the size of a human face. And there are plenty of pictures to help prove that point and cement not only how big this spider is, but why you won't want one crawling on you. What might make it all the more interesting, though, is that it was found in Sri Lanka back in 2013. So the fact that this massively sized spider has been existing for so long is quite a special thing. What's more, when some local people killed a male version and presented it to scientists, they were truly in awe of what they were seeing because it wasn't like anything they saw before. Its legs, which have unique daffodil yellow markings, span 8 inches. The arachnid also has a distinctive pink band around its body. According to Wired.com, Ranil Nanayakara, the co-founder of BER, said they are quite rare. They prefer well-established old trees, but due to deforestation, the numbers have dwindled, and due to lack of suitable habitat, they enter old buildings. After further study, it's believed that these spiders are related to certain other tarantula species that are found in South America. But despite their ability to literally wrap themselves around a human face with ease, humans shouldn't fear them, as their bites aren't venomous, though the fear factor is strong due to their enormous size. Number 5. Colombian giant tarantula. Also known as the Colombian giant redleg, this species is known to get between 6 to 8 inches in length depending on the individual. It primarily resides in Colombia, as the name would suggest, but it also has a habit of appearing in Brazil, so it can lay eggs in logs. This is a shy tarantula, especially as a juvenile, but once it reaches the 5-inch mark, it becomes less skittish. That being said, it is known for being more of a defensive-minded species of spider, so while it can become a pet, it's because it's been bred that way, and not because of how it was caught in the wild. Number 4. Gramostola anthracena. Many large spider species live in South America, and that's where you'll find ones like the Gramostola anthracena in countries such as Uruguay, Paraguay, Brazil, and Argentina. Not unlike certain other specially sized spiders, this individual is a popular pet that is known for being quite docile. The species is known for being 10 or more inches in length, easily making it one of the biggest around. Just as important, it was a species documented in 1842, but it wasn't named correctly until much later in its life. By that, I mean it wasn't correctly put into an accurate genus until 2011, showing that even scientists need help better documenting the spiders of the world. Number 3. Brazilian salmon pink bird eater. At 11 inches in size, the Brazilian salmon pink bird eater is easily one of the biggest spiders in existence, and only a single inch from being the same size as the top 2 out there that we know of. But it's not just the Brazilian salmon pink bird eater's size that you should take note of, it's got a lot more to offer if you're willing to take a look. For example, the males of the species are the ones with the longer legs, and yet it's the females who have the heavier build, a discrepancy that can sometimes happen in certain genders in certain species. They are known to breed in captivity, but are also determined to be a non-hostile species, meaning that they'll only attack when provoked. Again, something that is known to be a common trait in the world of spiders. In the wild, this species lives in the forests of Brazil. They reside on the ground floor of the area and prefer to hide in places like under leaves, logs, and more. So more times than not, you're not going to see a Brazilian salmon pink bird eater in the wild because they're intentionally hiding from you. So you have more of a chance of witnessing them in stores, as they make decent pets in some people's minds. Number 2. Giant huntsman spider. There are many ways to measure size, and thus there is a bit of a contest in regards to spiders to see which is the largest among them. In terms of raw size and leg span, the winner of the largest spider would go to the giant huntsman spider. In terms of leg span, the giant huntsman spider can reach up to 1 foot in length from end to end. The spider itself can be found in the country of Laos and is believed to be solely a cave-dwelling spider due to things like its pale skin color and how it got special hairs on its legs that allow it to do certain things. The eyes of the giant huntsman spider seem to indicate that it lives near the entrances of caves. This is believed to be because of their size, for if they were within the caves at a deeper level, their eyes would be much smaller. It just shows how evolution can determine how you look based on where you live. Something you might be interested in is that the giant huntsman spider is said to have a tendency for cannibalism at times. Researchers have found that not unlike certain insects, the females will go and eat the males after times of mating. Number 1. Goliath bird eater. The Goliath bird eater is the world's largest spider by mass, weighing in at around 6.2 ounces. It is another kind of spider that is able to get to 12 inches in length at times, which is part of the reason that its name is bird eater, because it has the ability to do such a thing should it want to. And if you're curious, yes, the spider has been witnessed eating birds it has caught through various means. What really makes it dangerous, though, is that it's kind of a spider that has many different ways to harm you. First and foremost, it does have a bite that is venomous. It's not enough to kill, but it can be likened to a wasp sting, and anyone who has been stung by a wasp knows that those can be quite painful. The other major thing that the Goliath bird eater can do is stick you with the barbs that it has on its legs. They're very detachable, and if they are able to get into your body, or even your eyes, you'll feel irritation for days before they're able to get out. You might think that these detractions would be enough for everyone to go and avoid it, but that's not quite the case. Where it lives in South America, people have gotten accustomed to it and will not just catch it, they'll go and eat it. Apparently, it tastes like shrimp. Strange, no? Thanks for watching, everyone. What did you think of these massive spiders of the world? Do you have any of these spiders close to where you live? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time right here on The Biggest.